Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Tuesday, November the 22nd, 2022, 11/22/22. How are folks? We are here. We are live. So, this released on Friday. This thing released on Friday. I've been playing Violet over the weekend. You know, I have to say, from a technical standpoint, the game is terrible. Oh, they're terrible from a technical standpoint. They have a lot of performance issues, and there are bugs, and there are things that people are calling bugs that I don't think necessarily are bugs per se, but just a product of design. Things like with camera clipping into the terrain, that sort of stuff. That is something that I think is just inherent to the design and some of the decisions that they had made on how the camera behaves. It's just a byproduct of that. I don't think that's something that's going to ever be fixed. However, frame rate is definitely something they need to address at some point because the frame rate sucks. Just inherently, under normal circumstances, the game barely does 30 frames per second, barely, and it's constantly going below 30 frames per second. There appears to be some issues regarding memory that are slowing things down, and the game logic is tied to the frame rate. So anytime the frame rate goes down, everything slows down as well. So that's been joyful and wonderful. However, from a non-technical perspective, I believe that this is the best Pokemon series ever. The gameplay is great. It's fun to play. If and only if you can look past the technical problems, of which there are many. So it's weird. It's just weird. I've been playing it. I've been playing Violet. It's been fun, but it's also not been that fun as it could have been because of all of the frame rate issues. I haven't really experienced too many straight bugs per se, and I haven't had the game crash on me, but I've had to close and restart the game every so often because of the performance problems to clear memory to restore at least some semblance of performance. But yeah, the actual game is great. It's great, but they need to fix the issues that it has. That's the only thing, and some of them are, I think, straight deep at the engine levels, limitations of the engine. They really should not keep using whatever engine that they've been using for making these games. They really need to move off of this engine and use something that's proven, because what they've made obviously isn't working so well. Anyway, so that was my weekend primarily. Also played Dyson Sphere Program a fair bit. Quote unquote finished my playthrough. Got to the white tech cubes, whatever the heck they're called again, universe matrices, and sorta just continuing. I have a mod installed that adds a whole bunch of extra mega structures that you can build besides the Dyson Sphere, so I would like to get around to doing each of those on the map. It's just setting up so I could do that. Having all the tech upgrades and stuff, I still think the game suffers from a lack of reason to expand past your home system, just in general. Like, there's no good reason to set up multiple Dyson spheres. There's barely even a reason to set up one in the first place, outside of the hard requirement for making the final science in the end, needing a bit of antimatter. But you don't even need to have a completed Dyson sphere to do that. You could even get away with having just a Dyson swarm to do that. So it's like, okay, this game about building a Dyson sphere, you don't actually need to build the sphere to beat it. It's weird. And yet they're going to be adding enemies into the game rather than actually fixing some of the core gameplay issues with it. It's like, okay, great. As for Factorio, I have allowed some time to pass, and for text to happen. Last time we met, we got logistic science. That was a big thing that we did last time. We got into logistic science, and that was great. We finished off all of the logistics to set up the logistic science, finishing up what we had left off last Tuesday with, and now I have power, because between streams, I've laid a few more units of limestone tiles along the bus. I've now done, I think, all that I'm going to do on the bus with the limestone tiles. Sorta planning for where-ish I'm going to have the mall section, the bot-based mall. My plan there is to have the entire thing covered with limestone tile when we eventually get there. However, between streams, I said that I was going to expand my power, and I have done so. I am now doing coal power plant pressurized steam-based power. This took some time to get up and running at its full potential, but we're there. We did it. It's there. Needed to mine salt to make molten salt. This process is supremely slow, and the volume needed is extremely high. So it took a while to spin up, to fill up all the pipes with molten salt and hot molten salt, because the raw coal is going into these coal power plants, and they are converting molten salt into hot molten salt, the hottest of hot, and then that goes into heat exchangers to make pressurized steam, and it returns cold molten salt, and you get a whole bunch of pressurized steam. It's absolutely glorious. This gives us a lot of power. And I did mention that I was going to design this around 10, but ultimately I did do the 9. You only need 9 power plants and 9 heat exchangers and 9 steam turbines in order to process 2 yellow belts of raw coal. So I did it. I did this mess on a number of places. On the middle one, they've got 2 different spots. Ideally, this will even out over time on the ash output, because, we're ending up with 30 ash per second that we need to delete because of this, because we're using 30 raw coal. We're going to end up with 30 ash. It's a 1-to-1 conversion on here as you burn the coal. And, of course, they changed the salt mines. This is new. Previously, salt mines just used electric power to operate. Now they run off of canisters, just like the antimony mines do. So, because I had acetylene nearby, the closest source of a fuel was acetylene, I decided I would just use this here to make the molten salt. My thought was that this is temporary. I don't plan on really using this salt as a salt source in the long term. I have ever so slightly more convenient sources of salt elsewhere for like other areas, like niobium, because, to process niobium, I'm going to have to bring a source of salt to actually make the niobium plates in the end. And, yeah, this isn't convenient for where I will be mining and processing my niobium. I actually have to figure out where even do I have a niobium to tap, because there's this here, there is this here, for ore, but is there something a little bit more convenient? Just ever so slightly more convenient? Because there's this guy out over here. This is quartz, this is moly. We may not have a more convenient source of niobium. There's one way, way, way up there. So I think I'm gonna mine this, and we're going to process it probably out here somewhere. And I will need to bring in salt from somewhere nearby-ish. My closest salt is this one mine. There used to be a patch here, but I've expanded a little bit. I have expanded just a little bit on the Brauk and on the coal into the rubber here, so I had enough to saturate this glassworks building. Still limited on the glass wares, but it's fine. We'll deal with it for now, being somewhat limited. That being said, I think that's that. Yeah, we are severely limited on the number of salt mines available nearby. We were looking at this last time at the end of last stream, and I was pretty shocked that there was basically nothing outside of these over here. So my hand may be forced into using this salt in the long term, unless I can find something else a little further away when I do transition to using rails. For now, though, I will tap this. There is enough space for the salt mine. And, of course, I have already made everything that I need in order to get into niobium. Oh boy. Niobium has changed slightly. It has changed slightly. I am actually happy about this change. Oh yes, and I will need to make drill heads as well. Let us not forget that I do need to make drill heads, and conveniently, we don't need to make chromium to make the drill heads, because we could use steel and aluminium and titanium instead of chromium, and we get 6. We get 6 rather than 4 or 3. Yes, I would rather this. So it is now completely possible to get into niobium without needing any chromium. It is viable now, which is great. We don't need to have our chromium quite yet. We don't need ammonia either. That's the biggest change here. We no longer need ammonia to create niobium oxide. This step now requires nitrogen, and only nitrogen. When it needed ammonia, that was one of the big FUs of this chain, because not only did you have to go through all of the effort to get into activated carbon for refined syngas, and to make drill heads just to mine the stuff in the first place, and often this would also require you to set up zinc for the first time. But you would also have to have extra urea to make ammonia to actually get the plates in the end. Oh, and you would need to make organic solvent somehow. Now it's a little bit smoother of an experience because you've already had to make zinc to get here in the first place. You already have it, that guaranteed, so you don't need to make this again. Similarly, with the organic solvent, you no longer need to figure out new things to make the organic solvent because you already have naphthalene oil and carbolic acid. This is something that you already have as part of creosote production. So now it's just bring these two things to make organic solvent. What is sort of new is the hydrogen chloride, but this is a one-step difference because chances are you are already getting the chlorine and hydrogen out of a need for sodium hydroxide. So that pretty much already exists somewhere, and you can combine that into hydrogen chloride. Hello? Meow? Meow? Yeah, baby? Baby Dolly? Yeah, meow? How's Dolly? Yeah? Meow? That sweet, sweet cry? High-pitched meow? How's my Dolly? How's that baby? How's the baby? Yes, that's the baby. How is the baby? How's she doing? She's got some energy? Does she have some energy today? Yeah, you gonna leave so soon? Oh, here's Ollie. Ollie's off my other side. Oh, you itch, 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 itch. Scritch, scritch. Yeah, scritch, scritch, scritch. Ah. So, this has been smoothed out quite considerably. That's the whole point I'm trying to make here for Niobium. The entire experience has been smoothed out so that we just need to throw everything together at this point. There really isn't too much that's straight up new here outside of the drill heads and technically the refined syngas as well, which we are going to make in a filter. Oh boy, so let's actually start with the salt mine, because I will need a set of fuel canisters and stuff for this, and yet another belt on my belt line on the bus. So let's get over here. Yeah, how's Ollie? He's just sitting next to me. What's he thinking? Okay, we will get past the gas canisters here soon. They are with my plastic, I think. Further up, maybe? Where are my gas cans? Here. So they're here. I have some in the car, but those are for my car, not for general usage. Alright, I'm blind. Where are you? Where are you again? There's the plastic. There. Hello. Hello, gas cans. Do I have a... You know, I didn't actually build a barreling machine, so let's get one of those real quick. And I think I can just copy and paste. Oh yes, a reminder. General reminder that Thursday is a holiday, and I will not be streaming on Thursday. So this is our only stream this week. Just as an FYI, this is it for this week. The one and the only. So we better make good progress today. Really? Well, fine, be that way. Just be that way. Okay, what am I gonna bring over? I think it's gonna be the syngas, but I have to get it physically. Yeah. Getting it across is going to be a little problematic. Guess down here. There you go. Enjoy your gas cans. And that, as they say, is that. Also, we have... The kitty has left the desk. So this gives 10 per second of salt. I always offload machines that are this fast into a chest. That way I know that I'm guaranteed to get the entire throughput of this machine. Especially since we're using yellow belts right now. I would only be able to pull out 7.5 at most if I had it directly outputting onto the belt. This way I can get the full 10. Okay. That being said, I need to route this belt around. And then down. I should get my car to do this. Hello, vehicle. And that is... that. We only need the salt at the very end. Now, there is another thing that I need to build that I haven't built yet, and that is the actual niobium mines. So while I'm near my buffer, I will build those, and I will need 2. We're going to go for half, 1/2 of 1 niobium per second on this build at this point in time. But, you know, due to the change with the ammonia in particular, I think it can be viable to go a little bit higher on the output of niobium. But I'm gonna just focus on the 1/2 of 1 for now, and we'll see what effect that has. I mean, we're already talking about needing 5 DDCs to give the nitrogen necessary for this, since we cannot purify the nitrogen, the purest nitrogen out of here. Impurest, more like, but whatever. And I'm uncertain as to, like, my carbolic oil and naphthalene oil outputs, if it can even support the 0.5 at this point. So, if I find that it can... What? Hold on. We've got a sneaky thingy there. Sneaky. hidden behind. I saw some pi science contamination on the belt there. Fortunately, I didn't see it on any of the rest, but it did sneak its way there. I saw it. I saw it. We're good now. Bring this all the way down, because who knows how much salt I'm going to need at my mall. Down at the very end. Hope I have enough underground belt, though. Off we go! Run, run, run. Buses, right. Of course I didn't have enough. Why would I have enough? I never have enough. Alright, where did it end? Here. We were so close to. There. That is the end. We made it. We made it to the end. Also, I may want to split that and go down. No. No, science I will bring in by train. The mall is going to be where I will be making my, like, first creatures for the most part. So there's some things that are going to go on the... at the mall that I will need, like sciences. They will be needed there. Robots are the next objective. Yes, as, like, once I get into the, stuffs... Ooh, I got more trash slots. Cool. Once I get into Niobium, I will be setting up automated production of the robots, if I can find wherever the heck they exist, right here. So for the construction bots, I could have already made these, but I decided not to because they're not as important to me as the logistics bots. And the logistics bots, these guys... Oh, I will need to make Chrome as well, or yeah, Chromium to get into the Nichrome, but yeah, just Niobium, Chromium. Last two bits here. Niobium, Chromium to get these cargo Pinobots. Definitely want to get here as quickly as possible. I do already have a plan set on the Chromium, but I'm a couple techs away, so I'll need to start with this plan on the Chromium. There's not too much of a difference, really, between the two. They each output 1 unit of Chromium per second. It's just one only uses, like, 1.5 ore, the other uses 5 ore. So at this point in the game, it's like, well, does it really matter, the efficiency gain there, when you're talking this low of amounts? I mean, if I had a patch that couldn't support 10, like, my god, that's a really small patch if it couldn't even support 10 mining drills on it. But yeah. And you know, I can only ever offer my opinions on these processes based off of how I play the game, which in general is, you know, as infinite of ore patches as I can possibly get. So that's always going to be how my opinions, where my opinions come from. If they don't apply to you, then that's something you need to figure out and realize, like, oh hey, this probably doesn't apply to me. If I run lower density on my ore patches, maybe you do want to go more efficient on the processes earlier than I do. Okay, we have Niobium here. This is fairly dense, and actually right over here is the most dense. So this is where I will put down my mining drills. They will need drill heads. Oh goody. No productivity, of course. But you do get mining productivity through technology, which we don't get for a while. We get our first one here. We can pick up the first level of mining productivity for 10% bonus. That is very nice, because the inherent effect of this is it will reduce the amount of fluid fuel that I will end up using by 10%. That's how it will function, at least initially. Oh boy, I think I need to build an extra automated factory here if I... No, I think I have enough. So this automated factory, one tile down, please. This one is going to build drill heads, and it is going to use the steel, aluminum, titanium recipe. I don't need anywhere near the full throughput of this building for this. Really? No productivity again? That one is annoying. I mean, I get it, the drill head recipes, there are literally different recipes that are more efficient. Like, why would you, like, double dip on efficiency bonuses by allowing productivity on all of the recipes? Like, I still want it, though. I still want that, though. I will need another excuse me game. That is not what I wanted. Game is great, but sometimes extremely stupid. At least with the belt auto-place logic. Okay, so for this, I will need steel, aluminum, and titanium. Well, there's the steel. There's titanium. And the aluminum is right there. Ta-da! We did the thing. There's our drill heads. So that counts for those general objectives. I do need to make the refined syngas, though, to actually, you know, make them move. So let me figure out where I'm going to do all of this mess. We'll do this at lamps. I should have lamps set up here, and I'll pipe down the refined syngas. We were thinking of starting a pie game. Factory design is intriguing. A lot of overhead. That bores you. Any advice? You mean like the amount of time it takes to build stuff because it has really high material requirements that, like, a lot of waiting around is the problem? In which case, yeah, you could use a creative mode. I know that Immortal Sniper, whatever their name is now these days, they designed their base with creative mode. They made a really, really big high base, like several items per second on the sciences, and they did all of the design in creative mode, and I think then took the blueprints from that and ported it one-to-one into a non-creative mode game. So, theoretically, if you have 2 instances of the game running, you could have 1 instance of the game running as you make materials to build the infrastructure, and then in another instance of the game, use creative mode and do the design work that you're going to do and copy over to the other game. Okay, or you could just do it in one, just constantly switch over, but then you are going to be still having that issue of waiting. So you could just do the whole thing in like a creative mode type of situation where you make all of the buildings free, but I would say to keep the tech limits on at the very least, like some sort of a mode where you still have to do the progression and unlock the technology, but don't have to pay for the buildings or the belts or any of that. That would be great. The unfortunate part of that though is, oftentimes buildings will unlock before you have made the materials with which to make them. So if you do play with a creative mode in that manner, you may not get the intended experience of progression, because you'll be able to just have certain buildings that you're technically not supposed to have until you set up the material requirements. But this gets back into that whole idea of rebalancing the mods to increase outputs across the board, increase speeds across the board. It would be very much appreciated to just improve the, like, increase the numbers. Like, I wouldn't mind if numbers went up by a lot, like across the board, like increase production and consumption on a lot of things. Just make it more like Factorio, right? Because frankly, Factorio isn't really about making 1 item per minute on a lot of goods, individual goods. It's about making several items per second of a lot of goods, not less than 1 a minute. Like, come on. That shouldn't be a sufficient amount of production. And just the building costs, like, why? Like, why on some of these? Like, in no universe should it cost 135 iron to build a building. Like, in no universe should it cost 597 iron to build a building. Like, come on. That's not good. It takes time to make that stuff, you know? It's only fine if it costs that much, if you have the ability to make that much in a timely manner. Like, in a game where a reasonable person will be making single digits per second of iron, when you need 1,600 units of iron to build a coal power plant, there's a problem there. either on the production or the consumption side. And in this case, it's most definitely on the consumption side. Anyway, stuff, things. This building will go here. So say hello to the brand new chemical plant. That's the only solid output, right? Yes. This is the brand new chemical plant building. It is large. It is large. Ah, boy. That is most definitely a thing. Right, I need coal dust for this. Ugh. Erg arg. Where do I have... Why is it all the way up there? And blocked. Alright. We're making it fresh. Let's see, were they kind? No, they were not kind. Do you see the problem here? Do you see the issue? Like, you could have made it so that it looked nice, and then you didn't. Well, this is awkward. There we go. And then I need to delete the sodium hydroxide. If only this was Angels and we can just liquefy the sodium hydroxide and then sinkhole it. No, in this case we have to burn it. And my muscle memory needs to actually have... I need to put conscious thought into going to the blueprint panel to push B, because in Dyson Sphere program it's O. For whatever reason, and I've been playing a decent amount of Dyson Sphere program lately, so it's like, alright, okay. Now I have to get used to pushing B again. Alright, this is what I'll do. That'll go across. This is the fuel. Give power. Give solid fuel. Don't want to spend my precious trees on this. Oh yeah, speaking of which. We are able... We haven't unlocked it yet, but we are able to get wood processing 2 now, which will give us a much better set of log recipes, as well as an extremely necessary carbon dioxide recipe, converting biomass into carbon dioxide. That recipe is 100% necessary. That recipe is actually necessary immediately. As soon as I pick up logistics systems, you know what? We're going to actually just go straight into this and then pick up with the rest of logistics systems. I need this for chromium. So I want this to cycle now. It's a cheaper technology, so it should happen rather quickly. And then I'll give a rethink as to what I want after this. But yeah, for now, I definitely need to get into wood processing too, just to get that CO2 recipe. Otherwise, I have to spend coke to make CO2, and I definitely do not want to spend coke on CO2 in the long term. The biomass is significantly better. Significantly better. I don't think that it's better to like use the wood or logs to make the biomass to feed back into the wood or logs. I don't think that that's a thing that is particularly efficient. Tree, no, wood. I want this recipe so I can then pull in the recipe that uses the ash, seedlings, sludge, and CO2. Because sludge is free, basically. Sludge is free. It's soil. You can just get it out of soil directly. So if I want 15 wood net, remembering we need to spend some moss on this, we're going to need 135.7 CO2 and about 2 moss for 15 net out wood. For that CO2, why hello my dolly, we want to use the biomass, and to get biomass, if we use wood, how does that change these numbers? We're at 6 fast woods and 25 wood processing units and 24.3. Where is wood? This is always a fun process. Where, oh, where on this list is wood? There's logs directly. 1 log gives 30 biomass. And then wood, as wood, well, there's the seeds. 4 seeds make 30. 5 wood makes 30. 1 log makes 5 wood, so it's equivalent, right? If 1 log makes 5 wood, that's equivalent, yes? Because it was 5 wood to make 30, and 1 log to make 30, and then 4 seeds make 30. So does 5 wood make 4 seeds? 5 wood makes 4 seeds. So all of that has been made equivalent, meaning that from a power perspective, I think that the best way to do it would be the logs. If you're going to pull anything out, better to pull the logs. Because it's the least amount of extra steps. So if we're to pull out logs to make the biomass, we go 25.2 megawatts. 25.2. And we're still at 6 fastwoods net, so it doesn't add too much. So there's your wood, and it's only 12.25 ash. Right now it uses like 30. Or 15, I forget exactly. What's the current? It uses 15 ash to make 15 logs or wood, and that's not net out, that's total out, and you have to reuse some to get the seeds. Whereas, oh, and that's with breaking down the 2.5 moss. So the moss use goes down with this. Oh, and I guess because the moss uses CO2 as well, I can include that, and then we're sitting still at 6 fastwoods. So that's pretty cool. 36.5 megawatts. Of course, the power does go up compared to this other recipe, but it's far fewer fastwoods. Far fewer. From 19 down to 6. Yeah, this is better. This is, oh yeah, right, duh. 26.9. So I wanted to just take a little time to look at that, give this tech a little time as well. Need a solid fuel. Let's not forget our process here. There. We're good. From there, I'll have to bring that down. Probably here, I guess, is where I'll do the processing. The actual processing of the niobium. But that's one fluid. I still need a couple of different fluids, including the refined syngas, and that needs activated carbon. That needs this stuff, which, you know, that requires another one of these buildings. Hello. That needs zinc plates in. I'll go ahead and route the zinc from there. Ta-da. Alright, that is zinc chloride. See how fast that was with when we didn't have to set up zinc? Since we already had it. Now I need actually the raw coal. Hey, wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it, but I have raw coal brought in right here. This is going to be supremely fun. Because this, oh boy. We only need the coal dust. That's all we need out of this. I should probably put this on the other side. That means I need to delete the remaining fuels. Now, in terms of output fuel value on this, what are we looking at? Get away from the noise of that building. Excess of 8, less than 14 megawatts. So if each of these is 3.7, I really only need 4 of these buildings. Oh, I need gas vents. Hello. Gas vents. Gas vents! Well. Hey, baby. My baby. With her tail. And void. And power. Power? Power? Where's power? Power! There you go. And power to the everything. Theoretically, that should be enough, right? It's not. Oh, I hear Ollie. Ollie's meowing. Oh, right, I have made a mistake. A grievous error. Ah, ba 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 ba. We need to kill Ash. Which means I'll need more burners, I think. Lasai. Okay, Blarg. Really? Once it gets through the backlog, it should be fine. Because we should only be dealing with 3, right? Less than 3 ash per second in total. Actually, I think these are fine. These should be fine. What I can also do is I can add an ash whitelisted inserter on the middle one, and that one should still be fine as well. Okay, that is that. Then we have the activated carbon. One more step removed, please. This building is going to be changing its size eventually, so I'm gonna set this up this way and have, like, oh, you take sodium hydroxide. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Yeah, this stuff. The hell am I gonna... That is the way. Huh. How much, byproduct do I get? More than enough. Yes, more than enough. It's fine. Is fine. Just add nitrogen. The geniest of gen. Ba-ba. Ba-ba. Stuff things. Go away. Alright, basic logistics here for this. Right. Yes. I will need more pipe. I will need lots of pipe. Now that goes there. And then I can have that up top, and I can have this like so. And that should be that. Yeah? Phew. Just barely enough pipe. But we got there. We got there. And then I need the pressurized air. Did I didn't, did I? Nope. Pressurized air. Need 5. How many do I have on me? 7. That is enough. Ba, 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 and ba. Ta-da! Nitrogen. I do need more pipe, though. So let me grab some iron. Hello, iron. Give pipe. Need pipe. And that is activated carbon. Yay. And that just leaves... Not right there. Ahem. The whole point is planning for the future. A future of pain, but still need to plan. The building will be 2 tiles larger, I believe. So this will be the extent of the new building, and I'm pretty sure that the game scales it from the top left as 0, 0. So when that eventually comes in, it will be this large. Meaning this should not need to be replaced. Unless the pipe location changes, and it's almost guaranteed that the pipe location is going to change. And I would also say that chances are that Pyanodon has not changed this building for no reason. I would say that chances are that the building needed additional pipe inputs, and therefore he took the opportunity to update the graphics so that the building could have additional pipe inputs that were, logical. So I'm just going to throw out there the concept that maybe this building needed additional pipe inputs, more than it has now available to it. And that would be a reason why the building increased in size. There's also some, what I will call joking, going around about potentially updating the destructive distillation column, which 0 people want. Zero people would like that. I don't see a reason for it to happen. It has more than enough pipe inputs, outputs, connections on it, and room for more. So I think it's not in need of any changes. So hello, good morning, soon to be afternoon. We have both of the babies. Both of the kitties. Both of the kitties are here. And we are now about to have some wonderful, beautiful fuel brought over for refined syngas. Oh, this is awkward. Oh. Goodbye, kitty. Just sudden, I'm going to run now. Bring that back. Bring that forward. Great. Do that. Good. There we go. We now have refined syngas. Huzzah. I need to bring it very far down. How am I liking the new Pyadons mods? It's fine. It is an overall better experience than what it was before. I have to get this onto the bus. Like, such as this experience getting into the Niobium. This is a better experience. I think this is the spot that's free. Yes. And then I'm going to be doing... Oh, I need this brought down for the mining, so I have to bring this over here. I also have to get the hydrogen chloride over here, and that'll be next door. I will need more pipe to ground. Okay, bringing this over. This will be interesting. There we go. Alright, more pipe to ground. I need my car. This will go faster with the car. Car might have some pipe to ground in it. No, I have used up all of my stuffs. Okay, then. So, anyway, yeah, I am enjoying the experience at the start here a lot better than previously. So, the changes have been good so far. We'll have to see how it ends up after this point. Because, previously, if you could get through to chemical science packs, that was like the point in the game where I felt that it was a fantastic experience, you know? After getting chemical science, that big hurdle, everything starts to fall into place a little bit more easily than previous to that point. This patch so far has helped to smooth out the experience pre-chemical science, so it's closer to that level of how it feels when you get into chemical science. But does the post-chemical science experience still hold up? That is the question that I have now. Is it still going to feel like a massive bump in terms of production capacity at that point? Will it be necessary? Is another point. Is another question to increase production capacity. Will I have needed already to have increased production capacity? Like, how many bottlenecks am I going to have going into chemical science that will be resolved the minute that I get access to chemical science, you know? Well, chemical and pi. Let's pi science 2. Let's make that distinction. Because really it was after getting the chemical science and pi science previously, so now the equivalent is chemical science with pi science 2. So once we get into that phase, how does it feel? Also, what happened to our stuffs? It's going, it's just slow. Right. Alright. Okay, I am leaving my car behind, but whatever, it's fine. We'll be okay. I can't click drag this because it would end up doing horrible things. Maybe if I aligned to grid or something, it would be better. That's as far as I need it for now. Where's the... Oh. Right. Of course. I was like, where's the fluid ports on this again? Oh, they're way up here. Also, for whatever reason, they are a, shared fluid port. So, Input plus output port? That's interesting. Okay, we have niobium ore. It exists now. Also, new icon for the drill heads, by the way. Okay, the ore exists. That is hurdle 1. Hurdle the first is now done. Complete. Hurdle the second. Actually making niobium out of it. Whoops. Do I have any spare washers or the ability to build a washer? Oh boy, I wish I didn't leave my car behind. Where's the car? Way up there. Run fast. Run very fast. This is why I have tile. This tile increases my speed 250%. It'll get crazy when my base speed goes up from all the technologies that I have that increase my base speed. Get in the car and then do what now? Grab the washers that I have within the car and drive back down. It's like, I know I had washers. I have plenty of those buildings. Also, how many units of limestone tile do I have stored up over here? If I even remember where I'm making it. Limestone tile. How much do I have? 15k at the moment. And then I think I have filled the chest of asphalt. Yes, the asphalt is stopped because it filled up. Oh boy. Move this up a little bit. We have to deal with an amount of things. Filter stone. Filter gravel. Washer. Stone. Gravel. Input, boing, boing. Void. I'll do a single void. Void the things. We need power. Power is up top. This will be easier to work with. Ta-da. Alright, that's those first two steps, and then a classifier, getting all classy. Ah yes, sand. Of course it has sand. Of course it has sand. Go up. Okay. Hey, I has idea. We'll use infrastructure that already exists. To delete the sand. I could throw the stone and the gravel up there as well, but you know, I already went through the effort of doing it the other way. Okay, next. Oh yes, I have forgotten. I do need to make organic solvent. And that needs to happen at my tar processing. So we have a really long pipeline to draw. Get in the car. Am I out of coffee? I am out of coffee. I am sad. Almost there, almost there. And then after this, we have to do chromium into nichrome. And then from there into stuffs. Into stuffs and into things. Let's do a little bit of this. I don't have a doohickey. Really? Like, I always have DDCs. Why do we not have a DDC? So I think this process is the only process that outputs carbolic acid, so you have to process the middle oil. Yeah, you have to process middle oil to get the carbolic, and that does output some extra naphthalene as well. So you get a whole bunch of carbolic and naphthalene. It does mean that we are not going to have as much creosote as before, so that is potentially problematic. Oh, Ollie. Ollie brought a baby. He brought a wet toy. It's soaked. He soaked his baby. His little insect. Yeah. You soaked your insect. Hey, oh boy. Do you see what I see? I see stuffing. I see stuffing. He split it. He split it open. Yeah, big boy. It's all wet. Yeah, you like getting your toys wet? You like getting your toys wet? Yeah. Yeah, big boy. He likes getting his toys wet. Okay, this is gonna be a little interesting of pathing. Okay, what is the line that I need to draw? All the way down here. Oh boy. This one. This is the line. That one. At this part of the bus, it's like whatever semblance of keeping things aligned. Just as best I can. It doesn't get orderly until later down on the bus. Not quite yet. Oh gosh. So much further. As I've mentioned, this is one of those processes that I can't click drag on this because it's one tile off. Yeah, big boy, you're biting at your nails. Do I need to trim your nails? Do I need to trim those nails? I guess so. I literally have the trimmers right here in front of me. Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah. How are those nails? How are those nails? Oh, those are some nails. Those are some nails. Those are some nails. Boop. 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 And boop. That's a good ollie. That's a good ollie. There you go. That's one paw. Can't really get the other one. Not right now. We get one paw. I don't trim it too far. I leave him with something. Something to sharpen. Anyway. Ah. Yeah. That's Ollie. How's he doing? You looking? Looking at the toy? And where am I going? And what am I doing? I think I've gone far enough for now on this. Hey, you. Big boy. Oh, I need more undergrounds. Hey. Where'd I park? Where did I park? Oh yeah, all the way up there. Great. Off we go. Oh, now he's in the window. Off he goes. On an adventure. Yeah, next time he's in my lap, I'll have to get the rest of his claws. Dolly, next time she gets in my lap, I have to check her claws too. But she doesn't spend anywhere near as much time as Ollie does in my lap. I've gone and I've walked right past my car. Yeah. Yeah, little Dolly back there, she does not spend anywhere near the amount of time on my lap as Ollie. She likes to hide away. I say as she's literally right behind my head with her foot in my back. Uh Sometimes she likes being right back there, but a lot of the time she just hides. Goes underneath things. Yes, they're either really active or they're dead. There's not much in between with these cats. They're either full on play, run, or sleep. They play until they fall over, basically. Not too much in the middle. All right, have I gone too far? Yes, barely, but I have. We're here. We made it. We made it. We need to get this organic solvent brought over. As our next step requires the organic solvent and the hydrogen chloride, so I have to figure out how I'm going to route both of these. All right, there's one. And there's two. Doesn't really matter to me which is which, so... Whoops. Oh, right. Okay, you're gonna go up. There. We did it. We did the thing, and I also need to offset this up a tile. Okay, we made it. We have survived. Give power. You know, it would help if I put the correct thing in the correct pipe. There we go. Ta-da! There's that step, and then nitrogen. And then this guy with salt. Are you ready for another pipeline? Gosh, and we have our break in 2 minutes as well. This is going beautifully. this will be where I pull off the stuff. We have an ollie. Yeah. There's the baby. There's the toy. There he goes. Tail's flicking. Tail's flicking. Woo, where'd it go? Hey. That's a ba. That's a ba. Go get it. Go get it. Off he goes. He has existent energy, therefore he must use it. Oh, and now he's gonna be noisy. Now he's gonna be noisy. Okay, run the pipe. Run the pipe. Where's my vehicle? I'll take my vehicle this time. Where is that nitrogen? Up here. So it's not a huge distance. It's only to where I've got the stuffs. I hope you can sort of see why I don't tend to use the carb for this. Oh god. Hello. That is my alarm to indicate that we are halfway through today's stream, and it is about that time to take a brief break, but I will do that after we see Niobium. I want to see existent amounts of Niobium. Now, what is a adequate place for me to get this nitrogen line placed? All the way down here? Yes, right there. Okay, there is the nitrogen, and that just leaves salt. We gotta bring the salt in. Okay. The salt line. It's gonna come in this way. And no, I'm not using the hot air recipe. That is rather dumb for this phase of the game, frankly. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Did I put everything I made on the bus? Technically, no. Because I know there are some things that I'm not going to need on the bus. So I have held back on a number of intermediates. But there are a few things I don't think I'm currently using. Yeah, some of the electronic component stuff from circuits I put onto the bus. I'm not currently using them, but they're there for making electronics so that I can, have them at the mall. Actually, there's some stuff that's on here so that I can have access to it in the mall, but otherwise, I think, yeah, I definitely don't have absolutely everything. Like, you have to think I'm never going to put any of these intermediates on this niobium chain onto the bus. I'm just going to put the niobium on the bus. Wow, that reached? Oh. No, it did not. No, it did. Right. There's stuff behind here. This is another poorly designed building where the graphic is much beyond a whole 2 tiles beyond the actual extent of the building. There's an entire line free. there. Oh, he hath returned. Ollie has returned with a baby that I threw. Hey. Papa. Papa? Yes, bite. Bite it. Anyhoozle. That is Niobium. Alright, you. Da-ba, da-ba, ba-ba, ba, 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 ba. Go get it. Go get it. Time to take a break. It's time. It's time to take a break. We have Niobium. It exists. The plates, they are moving. Hallelujah. We have Niobium plates. Yay. Let's take our break, and when I come back, we will work on getting into Chromium for Nichrome so I can get some freaking logistics bots going. Sounds like a plan. I will be back shortly. And I have returned. Welcome back. You know, I don't know why this keeps, like, switching to desktop. Like, I'm pretty sure that that's off, has been off, and yet it keeps somehow turning on. You know what? Let's put that at the bottom of the list. And if I load up this application again, and it's at the same position as it was last time, something has gone incredibly wrong with XSplit. Just not working. Hey, let's also turn that off because Ollie left. I did get his baby though. His baby is here. He's a little chipmunk. Okay, resume. We have obtained the necessary technology of wood processing 2, which has given us access to biomass-based carbon dioxide. That is 100% necessary. Oh, and look at all these glorious 350 per second walking speed tiles. Do you see all of these glorious 150 per second, 350 per second tiles? Oh, they're beautiful. They're so wonderful and glorious. Which is the best one to make? Oddly enough, it might be this one. I have to see about methods of getting into the tailings dust, but I mean, it's 10 per unit, and that's the problem. That's the big problem, is that it's 10 per unit. I think the Nexalit tile might be up there, but no, I think you'd have to spend. There's no way around spending solder. Yeah, I don't think any of them are particularly cheap, at least at this point in the game. So we have Niobium. And I still have Dolly, at least, behind my head. She's in her spot, getting her occasional attention as she tries to rest and is failing because I'm here talking, making noise. We need chromium. I don't have the buildings that I need to make the chromium quite yet, but I can make them quite easily. I should absolutely have those solid separators. Where did I park? I've parked right down here. I have 8 of the 10 fluid mining drills that I need. I also have enough jaw crushers already. I have high pressure furnaces. I need to make a composting plant, and I think I need to make the casting unit as well. Don't believe that I have those in here. I also need a tar processing unit in order to make the sand castings, and I will need soil extractors to make the limestone, because I haven't broken that down yet. So let's break that down. Limestone and sand castings, and sand, of course. Have to get all of that broken down so I have a better idea of how many buildings of each type that I will ultimately need. I believe I have enough soil extractors for this. I just need to build... Hello, Ollie. Welcome back. He brought the insect, and we've got his baby. Yeah, we've got his baby, and we've got his insect. He's here. He's brought them. Okay, let's get to a buffer so I can build these things. Oh, I need engines. So actually, I need to go a little bit further up than I would have liked, because, I have not put engines onto the bus at this point. Hey. What are you up to? Take that. Take that. Why are you knocking your things down? Why are you knocking your toys down? Ollie. Constantly knocking your stuff down. There he goes. There it goes. Hey. Ow. Ow. Go get it. Ouchies. I got clawed. Did not break the skin, though. Fortunately. Did not seem to break the skin. Okay, I need engines. Also, I think somewhere around here... Yeah, these. Solid separators, a few of them. Just a few of them hanging out in chests. Every so often. I think there should be even more of them somewhere. Somewhere or other. I'm trying to remember, I have so many random chests of stuff everywhere. Oh, I should probably take a couple of those. Here? No, I don't know. You? Hi, another 21. Yeah, that's where stuff went. Another 21 solid separators. Oh, look, it's a gas vent and a sinkhole. I'll take those. Absolutely, I'll take those. And a radar. Sure. This is from when I was getting rid of a lot of the ash separation. Replacing it with burning. Oh, now he's meowing. Now I hear my Ollie meowing out in the distance. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, we need stone. Ahem. And we need iron. Iron! Build 2 of those. And then I will need to build one of these. Duralumin, titanium, and steel. Well, there's steel, and the titanium plus duralumin are down at the other buffer. So let's get going. Down here. I know exactly where I'm going to be mining this chromium and doing the processing, so I don't need to worry about that. What I do need to worry about, though, is having access to a solid fuel for burning. I think I should have it, yes. I'm gonna sneeze. I feel it. I feel it. It's coming. And there we go. We're doing chromium here, and I do have a solid fuel provided over here, along with, you know, the antimony being over here. But I also have the syngas already here. It's sitting and it's ready to go. So, yeah. Let's grab titanium and let's grab some of this duralumin. Which I am not backed up on the duralumin, so I need to make sure to not grab too much of it. Hey. Ollie. This is why I can't keep my water bottle on the floor. He walks up to it and he puts his paw on it to pull it down. He has a thing for water. He knows that this thing has water in it, and so he has to pull it down and knock it over. He has to do it. If he sees it, he's there. He's sniffing at it. He licks it. Occasionally, he'll lick the top. Like, come on. All right, we can try to figure out how I'm gonna get out of my bus. I need a path. I need a way out. I've found it. I have found the way out. Now we can head over, because I believe I've made everything that I need to make. One problem though. I need to bring Creosote over, or a belt line. And I'm seeing that I don't have any belt. Oh boy, that's fantastic. I do need to get belt at bare minimum. We do not have everything that I need. Always forgetting something. Well, let's get a few units of belt. What's eating up my inventory? Ba. Put that away. Ba. Boop boop. Mine. Give stuff. Do I have any, like... I don't think I have any gas vents or stuff in here. Like other infrastructure. All of this crap that's in these buildings. Oh, 2 gas vents. I will gladly take the gas vents. I didn't think I had any in there. Makes me wonder if I have anything else. Well, that's nice. Alright. All of this was from when I was converting the main bus. While I'm here, I may as well pull off Creosote. Let's get around to a good spot to pull things off. That's roughly in line with where we're going to be. Okay, so Creosote. Do you see Creosote here? I don't. So Creosote is 1 over... Question is, how far do I have to go to grab my own Creosote? There it is. And we're going to pull this off right here. I didn't build the tar processing unit, did I? I can just build it. And we're off. Oh boy, more. Really? Landfill, hey, top me off. Water must die. I may need more pipe to ground. Come on, fill up the car. There you go. Bang. Stupid rocks. Oh, is that nickel? Well. Oh boy. Oh yeah, by the way, did they change this building? Consumes fuel canisters. Yes, they did. Dang it. Ah. Fantastic. So it appears as if potentially every single building that was a node-based mine has been changed from using electricity only to using fuel canisters. Ah, that's lovely. Oh, great. I will need more pipe. Yeah, I have a whole 1 pipe to ground left. That's not gonna get me... That's not gonna get me through everything I need. Oh well. We'll go back when I need it. For now, though, don't think I need anything from the car. Yeah, because we're gonna need more pipe. Yeah, we're just gonna need a lot more pipe for the for the creation of this stuff, which I can just pull it back a little bit for that, but also we need it for... If I wanted to be efficient... Excuse me? Because I'm going to need to avoid that, but if I wanted to be efficient with my water... But I guess we could settle for something like this. And just not use undergrounds. That gets me that stuff. And then... Alright, and then there's these, so even more water. Alright! Tar. Yeah, so creosote doesn't produce biomass. I doubt syngas does. Well, there is a way. It's not exactly pleasant, but there is a way. If I have enough to build a destructive distillation column. At least the oil sands uses electricity. If I could build a destructive distillation column, I can do this. Now, as for the coal, though, do I have any in my car? Also, I will want coverage, radar coverage out here. DDCs. Okay, good. I have plenty of DDCs. That's convenient. So what I'll do Coke. This is extremely inefficient, but I'm doing it anyway. Oh boy, and then I have to delete all of the coal gas output from this system. Every single little bit of it. While attempting to not use my pipe to grounds, my precious pipe to grounds, as best I can anyway. And then this guy. Ta-da! Oh, this is so dumb. This is incredibly stupid. But I'm doing it anyway. There's our biomass, which I'm going to route by belt, because I have plenty of belt and not much pipe. And I need to get power. Brought over. So there's the mining. We are now mining chromium. Need to bring the power across. And over to here. That's going to be the sand castings. So we're good now on the biomass for the CO2, and on the sand castings, and on the limestone. Oh boy, that was a lot. That was a lot. So now we are left with very simple processes going forward. So we're going to do this up here, jaw crush with a washer set to stone. It does exactly the amount that I need it to. Great. Go a little higher. This is the only... You know what? Filter it. Just filter it. Don't filter here. Filter there. Solid seps. And casting unit. I didn't build the casting unit. Well, so much for not having to go back to get stuff. I didn't build the casting unit. That's just lovely. Well, if I'm going back, I can get pipes and potentially redo all the stuff. Because I do not have what I need here to build the casting unit. Oh well. Fortunately, we are close to my buffer area. How's Dolly? How's the baby? Sneezes? She sneezes? So getting into the pipe to grounds is actually going to be a bit out of the way. So I'm just going to build the casting unit and be on my way. Or, alright, I'll grab iron, and if I need more pipe, I will make more pipe out there. More! I need more! I have at least one box entirely full of landfills, so I can be as judicious as I want on the use of this stuff. I can paint the world with landfill. Okay, what I was going to do with this was put the high pressure furnace there. Why did I get rid of my pin? I don't want to get rid of my pin! Remembering that they're gonna increase the size by a couple tiles. Ahem. Ba-ba. Okay, just add limestone and sand castings. And then throw in the actual ore itself. That would be nice to actually provide it with ore. And that is an incredibly simple, well, I say simple, that is the lowest effort I can make it for making the initial chromium here. There is something I wanted to note about chromium. Chromium has been simplified and changed quite a bit. So previously, there were a lot more ways of getting into chromite sand here. Right now, the only way I have access to is through grade 1. However, through tech, I will be able to go to grade 4. There's also a pulp stage 7 and chromite solution that's later, but the main thing I've noticed here is that they have removed grade 3 chromite sand. The grade 3 is gone completely, and I think some other steps in here as well are gone. So, yeah, this has been dramatically simplified. They got rid of recipes that they didn't want people using anymore, or that they didn't use to begin with. Because, yeah, I would have gone grade 3 rather than grade 4, for example. Because the grade 4, I forget if it was this step that required the hydrocyclone. Which step required the hydrocyclone? It was, yeah, the making of grade 4 requires the hydrocyclone. Previously, you could have gone with grade 3, I think. If I'm remembering this correctly, you could have gone straight to chromite sand from grade 3 and not added the hydrocyclone step. And there used to be a issue with the balance here a very long time ago, where it was actually, you actually got more output from grade 3 rather than going up to grade 4, which was a little weird. That got fixed rather quickly, but still, after it was pointed out, but still, was a thing at one point. But now you don't have grade 3 as an option. You have to unlock hydrocyclones before you can even get the recipe to get chromite sand from grade 4. That's the other thing. The next chromium upgrade is you have to chew through quite a few techs to get there. So, interesting stuffs. Interesting stuffs. It is a pretty big efficiency chain difference between grade 1 chromite sand into chromium and grade 4, because we're going from 5 ore down to 1.5 ore used. That's a bit of a difference. However, we do have our chromium now. It's absolutely glorious, fantastic stuff. And yeah, we're going to need to make some Nichrome. I do need to get chromium brought down and on the bus as chromium. Oh, I think we had a few drop frames. We had a few drop frames. I see 480 drop frames, 720. Oh boy. Stuff things. Few minor issues. Bitrate is down. Auto adjusting. Don't know why there's a problem right now, but anyway, I'm going to keep talking. My thought was to do the Nichrome up here, but that would involve running 2 lines, and I'm running away from my car, which, you know, always end up doing. Let's get to the car, let's run this down, and let's actually just do the Nichrome on the bus. It's going to eat up all of this chromium that I just made. Like, there's no chance that I have enough. I'm only making 1 per second, but hey, I've got smelters. I've got smelters and I've got fuel for them. Oh, I know what happened. I have officially unlocked the oxygen-based syngas recipe at this point. I need to switch to using that because it is much more efficient at converting coal gas into syngas. That is definitely a thing that I have access to now that I need to use. I don't know how immediate, though, I want to do that transition, but I would like to do that transition at some point. I can run fast, which is why I've left my car behind. I'm going to go and get the car. Car, there you are. Car is faster than me still on the bus. It gets a max speed bonus on these tiles. And I would imagine it gets a bigger max speed bonus on the 350% tiles, but here it seems like it's about a 50% bonus to top speed. Frick. I have to go 1 tile over. Yeah, we are, in fact, needing to go 1 more tile over. And it's at this point that this side of the bus equals the other side of the bus. That's just lovely. And I've left my car behind, of course. Oh yeah, I need to run the Neo as well. So I now have a couple of these that need to go all the way down. Okay. Copy. Paste, excuse me. There we go. All the time. Use them. Here, let's tell it to cut to 4K bit rate, 4,000 kilobits, half the bit rate. Oh no, it's not even doing. It's like not even able to do 2. Like 11. That is not. That is awful. I don't think we've had it quite. We actually just straight up lost. Underground belt. That's what I need. And back we go. Bang. Bang. Bang, boom, pow. Down. Down the bus! Off we go! Bitrate, are you returning? We appear to be returning. To 4,000. I lowered the bitrate a bit. We are at 4,000. We're here. We have arrived. Okay. All we did was we got belt. We got belt. That's all we've missed. Oh boy. Oh yes, I should mention, it has been reported that occasionally, rarely, not exactly sure how often, but existent. There has been audio issues and audio like crack. As my preview decides it wants to stop playback. Great. There has been like an audio crack that's like this really, really loud, high-pitched sound that goes through very rarely. It's extremely loud. It's extremely high-pitched. Has anyone heard this today during the stream? If anyone's been here for like the entire stream, has this happened to anyone? Have you heard this? Because there was one on day 3 at minimum. This was reported on my Discord. They gave me the timestamp of it on day 3. Yeah, day 3 at 1 hour 58 minutes and 35 seconds. There was this. It was an extremely loud, very short but loud, high-pitched crack of the audio. Now, this is the same audio cracking that I had in my first Pi playthrough. Remember back then? I had these pops audio issues that I thought I had solved. I think it was also partly because of the insane CPU usage causing desync between audio and video, and that crack was the audio like catching up to or recalibrating to the frame rate. But I don't know if that's really what was going on. I never really figured out exactly what was causing it. Because what it could also be is a mismatch in the audio, the heck is it called again? Frequency. There's a frequency. What's the official term that I had written? The sample rate. It could have been a sample rate mismatch somewhere. So what I've done going into today's stream is I've set Streamlabs to explicitly use the like 44 point whatever kilohertz sample rate. And I set the microphone in Windows settings to the 44 whatever kilohertz frequency range. So now they guaranteed match up between Windows and Streamlabs. Previously, Windows was set to 48K hertz, 48,000 hertz. Streamlabs was set to automatic, which should have set it to 48 to match, but clearly it probably wasn't actually doing that. But yeah, just something to listen to. Like if you hear that type of pop, put like a timestamp and a comment where it happened on the video that it happened, just so I know if it's still happening. I don't necessarily care from the videos so far outside of that report that was on day 3, but I'm going to imagine that there's at least one on day 1 and day 2 on day 4, 5, 6, etc. until today. Hopefully today it's stopped and that we haven't had one today. Now, it could also be an issue on YouTube's side if we don't hear it during the live stream, but then it gets pointed out after the fact on the VOD after the processing of the live stream, then that's a YouTube issue and not a me issue. And YouTube screwing up. And I wouldn't put it past YouTube screwing up. Anyway, what tech do I want? Like, what is my priority going forward here? I don't know. A lot of the technologies here, I guess Red Hot Coke, yeah, that would be ideal. But a lot of the technologies here are unlocking new stuff or upgrades to existing stuff and are not necessarily top of priority, like high on priority. This recipe would be an improvement if I could provide it with enough organic solvent, but that's always been the issue with this particular rubber recipe, is that good luck getting enough organic solvent to actually get this recipe going and to keep it going. Lubricant has changed. BTW. By the way, lubricant is different now. We are now using olefins and oleochemicals to make lubricant, which, yes, that means lard. Using up lard to make oleochemicals, and not sure where our olefins are coming from at all. I don't necessarily see a recipe that's giving me olefins. Here, this one, Nichrome syngas into olefins and light oil, or refined syngas and light oil into petroleum gas and olefins. Great, so we have byproduct olefin production as well as oleochems spending either nichrome and lard or titanium and lard to get the oleochems. Yeah, so we're looking at syngas and olefins, it seems like, as well as needing nichrome. And then that is how you get lubricant. Now, fortunately, we don't really necessarily need lube as lube for the most part. We do need it for Cermet. We need it for Cermet. We need it for improved logistics, like inserters as well. There's a better inserter recipe that uses them. But for now, what we need to do is we need to actually get into bots. Let's get into bots. I need to refocus myself and get into bots. All right, we need a fuel. Thank you for the fuel. And I need... Excuse me? Oh, they kept it in the high pressure furnace. That's odd. Different, to say the least. But that means nitrogen and not this stuff. Huh. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I need more pipe to ground. So where's that nitrogen line again? Way up here. That's quite far. Oh god, that's yeah, that's pretty far away. That's a lot of pipe. Whoops. Hey, it's here. We're here. We made it. I need more pipe, but still. Now we're actually almost done, which is fortunate because it's almost the end of the stream. Hello, welcome. We have officially gotten into our Niobium, and we've gotten into Chromium. We're about to get Nichrome, and then we're set to set up logistics bots. Ideally automated, but that's likely going to be spaghetti, belt-getty for automating those bots. Because there's quite a few inputs on that. So I'm not directly making pipe to ground here. I'm wondering if I have any in these boxes. There's 35. Oh, I see a bunch. There's a bunch. I probably need more than that though, but for now I'll just take some pipe and convert it myself. Oh, and I'm probably gonna just go over here, Shift C, and get rid of a whole bunch of stuff from my trash slots. There we go. Alright, 281 should be fine. It better be fine. Right on down. Expand my pipeline so I can get the nitrogen. Braking sucks. That's the main issue actually with these tiles. They increase your max speed, yes. Oh, well that's necessary. They increase your max speed, yes, but it also happens to not adjust your acceleration or braking force. So the faster you go, the longer it takes to slow down to a stop. Which it's like ugh, erg, arg. I thought I brought this all of the way. It should be brought all of the way. There we go. Better. There we go. Power. And then inputs. So we need nickel and chromium. Where is my nickel again? Alright, so nickel is here. And chromium is, well, all the way down at the end. And this will output a trace amount of nichrome, all of which, at the moment, is going to be used to make logistics bots, which are right here. And I need to run another pipe. That means I need to grab more pipe to ground. Oh, isn't this just beautiful? Oh, and I need niobium as niobium. That of course is also true. There you go. Enjoy niobium. Do I have the pipe? I do. Oh, thank God I have the niobium pipe. Split, please. Go down here. I need another doohickey. Can I make another doohickey? Yes, I can make more doohickeys. Boingy, boingy. You. Neo. Pipes. I'm gonna regret this spacing. Ta-da! We have niobium pipe. Glorious. Ah, max length 32 versus 10. Maximum length of 32 as opposed to 10 is a beautiful thing to see and to make use of. The unfortunate part, though, is that these things are a little bit fragile. That is the problem of the niobium pipe. They look glorious. They're beautiful, magnificent stuff. Their max length is ginormous. That is the max length of a niobium pipe. But they have 100 health versus 150 on the other pipe, so they will die very quickly. And I do want to force a bunch of these pipe to grounds because I want to use them. I have to get fish oil down, which fish oil is being made up here, right in here. It gets brought down. How far? It gets brought down to here for this array. So I have to get this onto the bus from around here, and then from around here all the way down to here. So we'll see how many pipe to grounds that's going to take. Well, the issue with the fragility is that I'm going to hit them with my car, and my car is going to be constantly destroying them. That's the problem. Not so much that it would be biters if I had biters. That's my concern. My concern is I don't drive all that well. So they will not last very long. Let's go with 26. Sure. Why not? I'll use regular pipe to pull it off the line, I think. You know what? No, we good. So what line do I want to draw with this? Because I know I have something in this spot too. I don't think I have anything next to the nitrogen directly, so let's do this. Now, the real question is, how well does it align? It doesn't. Of course it doesn't. But it's fine. We can be like, oh, hey, yeah, we get to skip 2. Oh, hey, here's the oil. We made it with like 1 left. Alright, so I will do this. Like so. And there we go. We have the niobium pipe now moving fish oil. So clearly between streams, going into next week, cough cough, one of the things that I would like to do is replace the entire fluid bus with niobium pipe. That's gonna necessarily be one of my objectives. Also, let the game run so that I can, you know, get a lot of pipe online. This is a lot of stuff. Okay. So I've provided that. That is the hardest part of all of this. The issue now is having enough belt to do all of this. Great, glorious stuff. Get all this stuff in. Belt. Rubber. Because practically none of these ingredients, plastic is here. But things like, you know, steam engines, gearboxes, and batteries, they're not on the bus. Nor is solder. Actually, no, solder is on the bus. Circuits are on the bus. Small parts are on the bus. Intermetallics are on the bus. And plastic is on the bus. So, let's bring some of this over as best I can, anyway. And we will end the stream only when I have finished this. I think that's the only thing on this line. It is not the only thing on this line. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Phew. So regular PCBs are also going on this line. The printed circuit substrate 1, and I don't need those. Yeah, I'll need to bring down batteries and gearboxes and steam engines. So, unfortunately, 3 things rather than just 2. Theoretically, I could make steam engines here, but no. Maybe. The problem with making steam engines here is that I would need to build additional buildings. Because I would need to make pipe and bring iron over and all that nonsense. Okay. Let's do this line next. And this is going to be intermetallics. Which I happen to need a few to build another automated factory. Intermetallics and what now? Oh, I do have batteries. I do have the batteries. Did I share it with something? I don't think I shared it with anything. Huh. Intermetallics. Oh yeah, small parts. Gosh, well, if I have the batteries here, then it's just gearboxes. And I could bring the steam engines with it, but distance. So the steam engines are being made here, all of the way up here, whereas the gearboxes are being made. All right, so just sense of scale. This is where steam engines are. Gearboxes are here. So steam engines, gearboxes, where I need it all to go, ultimately. So either that line or just that line. I think I know what line I'm going to do. Yeah. Did I really battery only on this line? Where did I battery? Where did I battery? Batteries. Hey. Yeah, I totally battery only'd. Alright. That's cool. I actually thought ahead for once. Oh, plastic. Duh. I should share. Don't even need this line. Yeah, just do that. There's your plastic. So then gearboxes and steam engines. Now, the gearboxes will share the line with the steam engines. I just need to get down all this wonderful, glorious iron. Iron! Beautiful iron! Okay. That, when provided with power, that is, as they say, that for the steam engines. Okay, just add gearboxes. La-di-da. Oh, of course I brought batteries down. I needed batteries to make the freaking logistics science in the first place. So of course I brought batteries down. Duh. I needed them brought down for the science. Thank goodness we have that jumping distance. Up we go. And it's the gearboxes that I need. From the mechanical parts. And only the gearboxes. That's these things. Don't need control panels. Don't need utility boxes. Don't need shafts. We need gearboxes. Glorious, beautiful stuffs. That's all. Going down, and that is logistics bots. Automated. Phew, okay. I am going to need to make, things like roboports, but those I will handcraft. Yeah, I will handcraft roboports. The logistics buildings, that's circuits and steel. So I can get circuits and steel. That's fine. And this would also mean I can terminate my bus now. I want to terminate it here. Approximately. I can trim that there, and that should be that. I'll need some space for the belts that are shared belts, so I can split them. Because things like this line needs to be filtered. And I need, a whole bunch of steel. Yeah, so by next week, working on this transition, it won't actually change that much. Frankly, it won't change all that much. The bus will still be here, but I'll have everything that I need automated. Like, there will be the addition of the bot-based mall, but it's going to just stop there. It won't look too much different because I'm not going to be replacing anything that's on the bus at the bot mall. All of this is singular items. That's a shared item. I don't think I need the ash. Yeah, we'll hold off on ash at the mall. But I do want the stuff that I have here. Do I need seaweed? I'm not too sure about that one. I'll need this. I'll need... I don't want to put the science yet. I know I need all the metals and stone. And plastic. Okay, I'll need those separate. Not too sure there. Okay, I need to get more loaders. Some of this is like a wait and see what I will end up needing. And then I will, of course, trim back the things that I don't need. Yeah. Okay, let's get Pinoport. Grab batteries. Grab steel. And oh hey, yeah, there's these things. They're called robots. They exist now. Ta-da, we have 17 cargo bots. Glorious and beautiful cargo bots. Oh, that's what I want to see. Oh yes, that's what I want to see. Glorious pipe. Alright, let's get our Roboport down. Where's our Roboport? Ah, yes, glorious, beautiful Roboport. I don't want it on my runway, though. That's a slight issue. So I will need both of these, and they are both going here. Now, that does mean I don't have one up at the logistics spots, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm realizing I will need the treated wood. I will not need the fish eggs. That, no. I will need treated wood. Specifically so that I can make the power poles, small power poles at the moment. Although I will shortly be getting access to Nextlit power poles. What techs are missing? It looks like I need lead processing. I need copper processing too. I guess that's for silver. No, I don't even know. I don't even know what all that's for. The iron niobium alloy. Ah, there. Iron niobium alloy. Oh, look, it's the molten duralumin. I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for that. Ah, yes, and molten, a molten variation of the lead antimony alloy. There it is, molten variant. This should be an improvement to overall efficiency. But yeah, add that to the list, and then add this to the list. I will have to make iron niobium alloy to get medium electric power poles, but I may not actually want to use them. Their wire reach is 9 and supply area is 7 by 7. But these Nextlit power poles, though, their reach is 18 with a 13 by 13 area. I want to make these and use these, and since I have Nextlit and concrete, I am going to be making these in my bot mall. Like, yeah, that's gonna happen. Same with the big power poles. I can make these now as well. So we'll be set. I am going to focus my automation, my bot automation, on the rail system stuff, though. That's something I'll note now. We're gonna focus on the rail stuff first and foremost. I'm realizing I've ended up switching lanes here, but whatever, it's fine. Whoops, put that back. This is going to cause problems. FYI. Doing this causes issues. Because everything that's on the bus is going to get like half of what it otherwise was getting. Right? Because we're filling a set of buffers here. Fortunately, many of them are filling quite quickly, so it won't be a huge problem. It'll be a problem for Duralumin. Can I bring down the robot instead of porting up the roboport? What I will end up doing is probably moving the production of the robots to the mall. Yeah, I'm likely not going to just add a roboport up here, although I might temporarily do that. I'm going to get this production down here. Down here, ideally. But we'll see about that. Because there's stuff that's on the bus that I haven't belted down at this point that I would like to have provided in the mall area. Speaking of the mall area, we need roboport coverage. Ta-da! And there we have it. Unfortunately, I have to get rid of these veins. And a big chunk out of that guy. But yeah, we are beginning a brand new process here. And that is unfortunately where I'm going to have to end it. So I will briefly talk about the design on the mall. I mean, I do hope we've seen mall before, but so it's not going to change all that much. Just because I have burner assemblers right now, it's just going to be a line of assemblers with inserters or loaders, mostly inserters, and like output provider chests, input requester chests, etc., etc. And yeah, it's just gonna look similar to this, but using the bigger assembling machines, because, well, I don't want to use burners. I'd rather not use the burner lines, especially for any recipe that requires a like ingredient that would get used as a fuel that would produce ash, right? I don't want to produce ash here. Nor do I really want to have to add wood to my requests to everything, especially since I've sort of added a ton of potential power production to my base. I want to use it. So yeah, and part of this is also going to be planning for increased mark levels of buildings. So I would like to, at minimum, have the spacing to add more buildings as we go along. So rather than have this sets that are like nice, evenly spaced, etc., rather than having sets of this it'll be like, I don't know, like this, where we have gaps like so, and I might change what tile is here. I might like change it so that I know what's reserved spacing as I set things up. But of course, the buildings are bigger than this, so we're not keeping this as this. The buildings will be massive, and I have to keep expanding out my tiled area here to cover over the whole thing so I can, you know, actually be able to move on the thing. I'll have to have a car park up here. I guess it'll be here, something like this, just a spot where I will park the car. Let's make it, you know, symmetrical. There, that's a bit better. And there, that's better, not perfect, but better. This will be where I park something. It'll be large enough so I can do like a U-turn in it, ideally. The crack just happened. Wonderful. We've reached the end of the stream. Wonderful that it happens right at the end. I don't know what causes it. Clearly, there's something that has happened somewhere. I don't think I touched the microphone. I didn't touch the microphone. But, yeah, so I don't know at this point. It's not a sample rate issue then, if it's still happening, and it's not... I just don't know. I don't know why it's happening. I don't think my microphone, like, I don't think it's a problem with the actual microphone itself. It could be an XLR cable, my XLR cable. But again, why is it so intermittent? Why is it so intermittent when nothing else is being touched? Rare, big yawn. Big yawn from the kitty. Anyway, I need to end things off here, folks. This has been our stream for the week, considering that Thursday is a holiday. I will have plenty of time to do this transition to the bot-based mall. Oh boy, glad to have made it to this point. But there's a heck of a lot of, like, tedium ahead of me. Because, let's face it, this transition is boring and tedious. And it takes a very, very long time to fill up the buffers of all of the, like, infrastructure buildings that you are now building in the mall. And it takes a very long time to accrue enough bots to actually do all the work inside of it as well. Yeah, so it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. So we will meet again on Tuesday, where we're going to be doing the rail transition. That's next. That's the next step, is the rail transition after getting to this bot mall. Oh boy, that will be interesting. I will need to determine what we want to build on the rail first, and have a look at the trains and see what type of fuel they're using these days, and what type of effort's going to be involved in building a fuel station for our trains. And yeah, we'll go from there. For progress going forward, the next major milestone that we are working towards, I believe, is Circuit 2s. I think that's the next requirement as we go along. At least it used to be. We do have... Alright, so Pi Science Pack 2 is next on the science side of things. So Pi Science Pack 2 is going to require us to set up Zapier as well as Corlex and Archods. So Zipir, Corlex, Archods, Navens, Yadles, excuse me. Zipir, Corlex, Archods, Yadles, and I do hope that's it. Faugi and Faugi at minimum. At minimum. And then there are also the optionals. Because technically you don't need Ulrichs. They only make bone meal directly, but you can get bone meal from bones. So the optionals we have Ulrichs, we have blah 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 blah. We also have the raw fiber Kickalk. They have Kickalk as well. So yeah, there's 7 at least creatures, plus setting up creatures, fungi, plants, plus we have to get everything that we've already built put onto the train network. So the Augs, the Vrauk, the fish, the cotton guts, the Relesia, getting all of the things put onto the train network. And that's just to get into PyScience 2. Yeah. That will take some time. But it would appear as if this is the next piece of the puzzle in terms of tech progression. So Circuit 2, in order to unlock it, needs PyScience 2. So this PyScience 2 is our next goal. There it is. We confirmed this is our next goal. Then it's circuits and working towards chemical science packs. And then I guess there's another PyScience followed by production science. But I don't think they added one going into before utility, a PyScience before utilities. So there's production science, utility science, space science, and somewhere along the line, military science. So with that, thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Show. But if you've enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushowboat if you're so inclined and able. I will be back with more of our playthrough on Tuesday. I hope to see you all then.